Welcome to the Port Podcast. Claude cracking the drink right as
Sorry, I did it. Yeah.
I am Mike.
You mad?
Not at all. I am Mike Lake in the building. No AKA today.
Did I mess up your intro?
Yeah, you threw my whole shit
Yo,
off.
yo.
Now I gotta leave. Come back in with the intro.
Apparently, yo. I'm cracking at the door. I'm CP34.
Improvisation.
Let that breathe. It's Steve Cash Money Bags, aka the Fitness Zaddy, aka the more shit stay the same, shit still change.
It's true.
Yeah, that was just
true.
off the. I just have felt
Right
like
off the cuff, that's not one of your old bars?
No, that
You don't ever go in your playbook?
No, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, actually, yeah, I take that back. Sometimes I do go back in the old playbook. You gotta see if shit still work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Make sure that thing still get wet for you.
You know when you go back in his old bag when shit get violent, so
What happened?
because I used the rap. Steve get mad, he going to
When shit get wet? What did you say? I was like, wait,
He
what?
said you gotta see if you can keep that thing wet.
You gotta sometimes you gotta make sure it still
I
get wet
see.
for you at times, you know what I'm saying?
Well, damn.
You just gotta check sometimes, you know, quick little
Just
test.
make sure you still
I
got
don't have
it.
nothing to say on that.
Just to make sure you still got it.
I
I
got
feel
it.
you.
That's it. And you know what I'm saying? You keep it moving. That's how
Yes,
you
sir.
do it.
That's some OG shit.
Absolutely. So what's going on this week?
Shit,
How was it?
My week was cool so far. Actually, just same shit. Work was going very smooth. I'm
Okay.
appreciating it.
Still got a job? That's what's always
And
good,
that's
right?
always important. That's
Yeah,
always something to be happy about. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
100.
I need to probably start doing something that like take up a trade, like maybe like carpentry. I want to get closer to Jesus, so I figured I'd walk in his shoes.
Wow.
Is he? Was he not a carpenter?
Wow, he was.
So
Yeah.
if I maybe
just
start
waiting to see
walking,
where this
goes.
it's not going anywhere. Just that. So if I want to be more like him, why not pick up some of his hobbies that he had? You know.
And I'm going to say this, and Lord forgive me for it, because this is something I heard. This ain't nothing I made up. But somebody once said it's ironic that Jesus got nailed to a cross because he was a carpenter. Like they were like, oh, was he like critiquing their work? Like you're holding the hammer
I
wrong.
forgot who said that.
Somebody
I
said
forgot
that.
who said it, but yeah,
That's awful.
It was,
Lord,
it was,
don't strike me
that was a
down.
wild joke.
Mike's not even going to touch that one. Nope.
No, it just remind me of that South Park shit. Like, first of all Steve's antics. And
Yeah.
Oh, how's all my answers? I'm
Jesus-
serious.
your
What's wrong?
Jesus jokes,
What's
please.
wrong with me trying to take up
I didn't say
carpentry
that to bring it up.
to be closer to Jesus?
But not just today, like all of them.
I feel like Jesus gonna come back and slap the shit out of Steve. Literally, he's gonna be like, he gonna knock out.
you funny? You
Steve
funny?
Be sitting on his playing Madden or something. He gonna, who the fuck? Am I? My Lord, nah, nigga.
Jesus hit him with the nigga.
Yes.
It won't be that hard. Like, a lot of wind will go through the hand. You know, like it was like it sound like a whistle.
Oh my God.
I'm like, it won't be that hard. You know?
That happened in Community.
I don't know.
Cleveland Rocks dude.
Yeah.
He was on there. He was
Drew
a lawyer. He had
Drew,
a hole in his hand.
yeah.
And then when they dapped, it went. It made like,
I'm gonna go ahead and save our mortal souls real quick and just be like, so Mike and I, we were actually.
And at the end of the day, nothing y'all can do that y'all can't do
for your-
nothing Jesus can't do. He's better than all of you. Only thing y'all can do is catch a coin.
Well, I'm really glad that our sins were forgiven for this one because we're gonna need some deep prayer after this episode. I
Wash
think.
it away with alcohol.
Wash your sins away with alcohol. But I know Mike and I was out of town. We actually went and saw our mutual, our homeboy Don up in Nebraska, and we had a good time. Actually, I celebrated his birthday up there. Only went out once actually. We kind of just chilled and watched a lot of some football, which we got to get into too later, or now.
No, you can do it
Later. We'll talk about it.
they know what time it is.
They do. We ain't even got to say it. I was just going to scroll down the bottom of the screen.
It was a great
We'll get
trip.
into it later.
Yeah.
Oh, go
That's
ahead,
about the trip. It was a great trip. Love seeing the homie Don, spending time with our nieces and having them first give us the cold shoulder and then start warming
Then
up.
aggravate the hell out of us.
Yeah, oh yeah. Then they warmed up, and shout out to them, all three of them, and Don for holding them down. The snow though, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was fucking snow.
That was
and I don't mean like
y'all with some snow roaches.
flurries. I knew that was gonna come out. We
last
actually knew
episode.
that.
Oh, did we not release that?
We did not release that yet.
How
'Cause
was it? How was
See, we
it
got one
snowing?
in the chamber. Don't
we
we?
got one in the chamber. Y'all get that. Y'all gonna get a double dose
The
this
snow was
week.
crazy, bro. It's like the first day we got there, it snowed about 2 inches. They said
No, it wasn't even 2 inches. Remember when we first got there was like little
it was
tiny
like ice and
flurries.
shit on the ground and
Like, ice
almost
shit.
almost slipped.
But nigga,
fucking with the ice.
That second day that we
You
were
gotta
there,
watch for that black
it
ice.
was literally.
No, is that not?
But it was white ice. It was
was
like
white ice.
I know that's why you gotta look out more. Isn't it crazy? You gotta look out more for the black ice than you do the white ice.
black ice.
Where you going with this?
Is it not true?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, you,
It's a
are
Key
you
and Peele
aware?
skit.
All I'm saying it was
I
all.
didn't know. Is it really?
Look out for dangerous black ice. Like they
It was definitely very all white. It was white. It was nothing but white. Like it was like
I
literally
thought it was
thick.
snow when I went to stomp on it, and it was ice, and it was compacted, so I slipped.
Yeah, you
but
almost
the
broke
second
that.
day was cold as fuck, and the fourth day it snowed about 8 inches, and it wasn't as cold. So we was outside hanging out. It was dope.
That was cold.
You took 8 inches in your ass
No,
cold.
no. It wasn't as cold.
Oh.
Is what I said.
My bad.
We was outside hanging out. You might have seen some of the pictures. We had the bottles in the ice that had built up on the porch. Dante and T was out there racing out there in the snow. It was fun, man. It was a real
Who
good
won?
time. T actually did by a mile. Dante slipped on the start.
Oh,
I'm heavily light skinned, so you know my skin is very thin.
Yeah,
so
we
I
don't wanna
was
lose you
I
out
was
there.
not trying to be out there at all.
I didn't go my ass out there neither because I wasn't trying to slip and fall because I already fell on the ice once and that ain't.
I just feel like we were in a really Nebraska white neighborhood, and the last thing they want to see is some black motherfuckers running
Look, honey.
in the neighborhood. Like that's
that
some
might be the
peculiar
first
shit.
thing they want to see.
But that would be some peculiar shit. Don't you think? It's the middle of a snowstorm. There's black
'Cause they
people
love
just running
football?
down the street. That's just weird.
Yeah,
But
it was
we had a
cool.
good time.
I thought it was cool. They know Don lived there.
It's practice. That's true. It's practice for our next vacation.
Like, see, honey, I told you they multiply when they get wet.
Oh, you just do it.
Great fucking trip. We hit the barbershop out there, caught some local politics conversation. That was dope.
Y'all didn't get a cut?
Claude
I
did.
got a cut.
Claude did. I just
How you
posted
feel?
up.
Let me see your Nebraska
Ting,
cut.
ting, ting. It was good, man.
It's a little.
New
old
York,
today.
New York dude hooked me up.
Yeah, homie originally from Nebraska, then New York and back.
What you thought Mike was gonna get a haircut?
Oh, I got his
could've-
beard trimmed.
I could have got a beard trim or my baldy touched up, but
Shit was
I was good.
expensive. I'm not gonna lie. It was like twice as much as I normally pay
How much
here.
was it?
Like $50
50 for the cut?
for the cut of the beard.
Nebraska prices as well.
Yeah.
But the clubs out there was
Inflation.
fun.
Yeah, it was not fun.
What the club life was like?
A lot like here,
Ours.
just less places.
Well, they have a nice. This is just like us. They have a place that's a little bit more hood, and they have another place that's a little bit more country western. You know, so it's kind of like.
What you preferred?
I like actually the hood, more hood spot was actually better.
Yeah, it
because
was fun. It was fun in there.
But it was
It's
there was
always fun with the element of when danger
When
can
it's just
occur.
it's just a little bit.
right. There was a couple
I got a-
issues
I got
that
a
almost
little-
happened there.
A little riffraff with one of the homies. Long story short, I'm walking by and I bumped him. He was sitting on the couch with his legs crossed. Like, you know how your legs stick out?
Yeah.
And I was sliding through and I bumped him. I said, my bad. And I just kept it moving. And I just heard as I was stepping away, damn, you just gonna bump my shit and not say nothing? So I turned around, went right back to address that shit directly because I ain't want that lingering for the whole night. I say, listen here, homeboy. I said, my bad. And as I was saying that, the friend came over. He was like, yeah, nah, I heard him and I saw him. Because, you know, how you do like the my bad.
Yeah.
And then the dude stood up. He was like, oh, okay. He was like, nah, I ain't know what it was. Like, if you had smoked some shit. I was like, bro, I'm good, but are you good? And he said, yeah. And he was like, where you from? I'm like, Tampa. He's like, oh, shit, I'm from Duval. I was like,
And,
oh, yeah.
and then we were no longer surprised.
I was like, I know Duval. And then we just pieced it up. He was like 2 Florida boys in Nebraska. But, you know, real niggas know when some shit lingering, you want to address it.
But
now.
also don't liken Tampa guys to Duval.
I wasn't
It's a
liking.
whole
I
nother-
wasn't liking them. Just
That's
saying
a whole nother story. No offense to y'all. Y'all know how y'all are.
Boys, 2 Florida boys. And it was
what's wrong
snowing
with
was the
Duval?
point.
We don't have enough time in the show to go over Duval.
I fuck with Duval.
I do too, but I'm just saying Duval is Duval.
You ever had that kind of situation? You
never know
want
when
to
we
address
might
the
have
smoke?
to travel.
True.
course.
That's true.
Like address this shit right now. So I ain't outside trying to get a gyro and get my ass touched up because I wasn't paying
Gyro.
attention.
Get you become when you get wrapped up your damn self.
Shit, bro.
But all right,
And we got
And it's
left,
called a
but,
gyro,
yeah.
first off.
It is a gyro.
it's a gyro.
But I didn't want to imply that they had wings. They legit
Definitely called a gyro.
They had lamb and kebabs and that
The
shit.
gyro.
No, it's a gyro, but
It's
go,
a gyro.
so continue.
Anyhow, that was our weekend.
You've been
Into
out.
our week. Tired and feel like shit, but I'm glad to be back.
Eventful.
Ooh, man, them flights.
1/3 hosting the Poro podcast.
Eventful.
Very eventful.
Yeah, man.
But Steve, so my homie, what you gonna put us on this week?
The puddle.
This week, something a little bit more serious this week. You know, I didn't quite wake up to it, but as my day was going on and I was listening to the certain things I enjoy, I was made aware that a rapper had passed away yesterday. He passed away yesterday, and it was very shocking for one, his age, and for two, he's not very popular, like extremely popular, but he has a nice little fan base. You know, SoundCloud rappers, they are popping. There's a lot of popping SoundCloud rappers. I'm gonna put y'all on to an artist named Six Dogs. Six Dogs.
How old was he first off?
He 21.
Damn.
And he was definitely unique. He wasn't as quite as a style that I'm quite used to. I don't prefer that style, but it was him. You know, it was him. And he just had a pocket that he rolled when he rapped. and I enjoyed it a lot. And I've discovered him maybe around 2016, 2017. I discovered him, and obviously that also would make him around 15, 16
Yeah,
himself.
young. Wow.
So, and as I was listening to him, I knew he was a kid. He just made good music. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't mind it. I was like, all right, this kid having fun. You're lying a lot in your raps, but what else you do in rap? You lie.
Where's he from?
Where's Six Dog from? I'm not even quite sure.
Like,
I'm not quite sure where he's from, but he has a very unique story. I like his name. First of all, his name obviously is Six Dogs. What the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? And I was watching an interview of him one time because I was actually wondering. I watched his interview during COVID times because I want to know because I was bumping his music like, where the hell did Six Dogs get his name from?
he's Atlanta. He's from Atlanta.
Okay. Are sure he doesn't just live there though? Because
Oh, he's Atlanta based. I
There
think
we
he's
go.
actually from New York.
okay.
I got a couple different. Yeah.
And he got his name because he actually was. It was a traumatizing time in his life when he was chased by 6 dogs, and this is where
I
it
can see
comes
it.
from.
I can see it.
And in the interview, he says when it happened, he was a kid. He said it probably wasn't even 6. It just might have looked like 6.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
in your
because,
panic?
because you're traumatized, so you don't know.
Hell yeah.
But that's where it came from. And
It was a dog.
I
It
see
was the
him,
one dog.
he's a white boy.
White boy. Okay.
Yeah, so that like he was like my little kept secret, my little nice kept secret, you know, not because it's not like it wasn't from a super lyrical content. It wasn't that. It was just literally a style
It's something you fuck with.
that I was like I rock with this. Like I like what you're doing for you. I like what you're doing for you. My ears just find it appealing, you know. So I guess so not only am I putting y'all on him, I would like to put people on suicide awareness. It was suicide. He committed suicide. And he seems so happy all the time. It's so weird when it's like the happiest people, you know?
Dealing with
It's
the
like
most
you
shit.
never know what people are truly going through. So I say all that to say this, like even check on your strong friends, check on your weak friends, check on your mediocre friends, just check on your people in general, you know?
I think these young artists are dealing with so much pressure because it's not just, oh hey, I gotta get my shit out here and get big. It's I gotta get my shit out here and get big. I got all these different outlets coming at me with negativity, positivity, in betweenivity. Like I just made up a word. Like it's just like so heavy for them nowadays, and it ain't like our time and back where it was just kind of like fuck you, this is my shit, I'm gonna roll with it. I feel like now it's just, and then the culture is so medicinal. You know what I'm saying? The culture is so chemically induced. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What I'm saying? That
understand
like
exactly what you're
they're heavily into that, which I don't think that we were ever really. We didn't. That wasn't really.
Well, also living in times of the internet, that really matters.
Yeah.
Like we these kids they don't have social skills. Their social skill. I hear stories even today, even these grown adults that is kind of just evolving into that. Like I know women that men will run into them in the club, won't say a damn word. After the club, they will DM them, "Hey, I seen you, like you was looking good. I want to talk to you. Why are you
Crazy.
DMing
Yeah.
me now? Like why didn't you run down if
I
that's
saw
the case?
you. We could have talked.
But this internet world that we're living in, it's a lot on these kids. It really is. I don't consider them being soft. I know we grew up in different times, but this is our hard times was us being talked about in the school. Yo, we're
Yeah.
on the playground, we getting rolled, you ride back, you shoot the dozens, whatever you call it, wherever you're from. That's what you do, and you can take it, you can give it. And God knows I've taken this a lot, and God knows I also
Right.
dished out my fair share as well.
Right.
But I was okay. So a lot of times people say these kids are soft today, they can't take it. It's not that.
just
Their
dealing with different
fight is
issues.
just different.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a whole different realm that these kids are in with this internet shit.
And remember, our young artists in our time, the outlets were what, MTV, BET, The Box, as the OGs from OG Sports Show talked about. You did an interview every once in a while. Maybe somebody writes something in Source or XXL. You're literally getting Twitter, Instagram, Reddit.
The world
The
has an
world,
opinion on you,
everything.
and you can read all of that
Everything.
shit.
The world has, and not only do you read it, it's fed to you. You get notifications about it. Your homies are reading it. Your
push notifications is
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Your buddies, your crew, everybody, like people on your set, depending on what you're doing, is legit seeing it, and you just it's easy to develop some type of anxiety.
Instant gratification cuts both ways, and for us as fans and consumers, and the ones that are producing content like us right now sitting here, it all goes out immediately, and it immediately has an opinion, and it literally cuts both ways. One other thing I was gonna say too about rappers in this era, because we're starting to see I wouldn't say a rash of suicides or murders.
trend.
But it's a trend, and they also. So back in our day, when we were young, those guys were signed to labels. They had management. They had people above them helping them curate and distribute and doing all this other stuff. Now a lot of them,
These kids got rich at 16 and 17 off SoundCloud. They're like rich. They don't know what to do with
but
it.
not just rich, but you're saying SoundCloud rappers, they're recording, they're producing, they're promoting, distributing, doing shows, booking their own shit. They're doing all that shit themselves. And it's a
taking
different,
care of
it's a
family
different
members.
game.
They're-
That's what I mean.
they're
Like
doing
when you're
everything.
rich at, imagine being rich at 16, 17, and your mom's like, "Hey, I need, like, can I borrow whatever K?"
Throw your mom out. Say it's your mom, it's your uncle, it's your mailman. It's everybody's always trying to get a come up from these young people, like because everybody wants to come up now. That's just the thing.
Throw them out. Let's add
Not
on
throw
even
them
more
out. I'm
people.
saying adding them
Okay.
on. No, adding them on. Sorry. Don't throw mom out because I mean I always expect
No,
you
I-
always expect your parents to be
No,
like
but
that.
it's just,
like,
but just imagine that
But people
pressure.
beyond the inner,
People beyond it.
Just
nucleus
imagine that
family.
you got from your homies and everything else. Like, you're just a kid. You're in high school, and
Would
I
you say
tell
he
you
was
what,
19?
He's 21 when he passed away. If I discover him 2017 or something like that, he's clearly a kid. I'm a full grown man, still in my 30s, listening to this kid's music.
Waiting on the next album.
And I feel like, dang, this kid is bumping. So just imagine him being 16, 17-year-old running into a 32-year-old Steve. And I'm like, oh, hey, I fuck with you. I
What
like
do
your music.
do you think-
Just real quick, imagine a kid being told that by a full-blown adult. Mike, remember all the salutes we'll get from adults when we playing ball
Yeah,
at USF?
100.
We 15, 16, and these grown-ass men are depending on us to
Yeah.
carry the team.
Hey, I'm gonna pick y'all up, y'all. We gotta
Yeah,
win.
your boys better do X,
Y'all
Y, Z.
yeah.
Like, come on, y'all gotta hold it down. Imagine
Alright.
that, but on a way bigger scale because you're more famous. Like, that's a lot. And these are grown men. You're like, oh, it's a lot.
a lot of
on
weight,
you.
just a weight.
and people aren't even just critiquing their music; they're also critiquing what they wear.
Also, could run
how
down
they
and tell them
talk.
you suck too, and that's
yeah.
where it could be bad for a
Negative
kid.
opinions
You could
reach
run
you
down and be
just
like,
as fast.
I give it a positive. I could be like, hey, I like what you're doing. I see what you're doing. What if
Yeah, your shit
run down
suck.
like, hey, that shit trash. Like, what the fuck you
Right.
talking about? Butterfly doors and the shit you talking
Right.
about, blue water, the shit's trash. You talking about that's not real rap. I'm sure he gets that as well.
Negative opinions reach out louder.
Well, and I think that's why it is integral that somebody step up. I mean, someday hopefully it'll be us. I would love to be in a position to be like, hey, I don't necessarily like your music, or hey, I like your music, but it's okay. That's fine. You know, hey, let's provide guidance. Like, so to me, I don't want to put that on people in the industry right now because it ain't necessarily their responsibility, but it kind of a little bit is, don't you think? A little bit.
I think if you got a platform and a voice, it's definitely you should take on something. But also, it is what it is, and it sucks. So I don't know. I know I was emotional earlier from it because it really did bother me. It really did caught me off guard. I really enjoyed the kid's music, and I really always looked forward to more. And for his life to end so early at 21 at his own hands, it just lets you know shit's very rough out here. So
Before you fully close out, to piggyback on the suicide awareness, 211 is a helpline and get you help to talk to somebody. if
Any
you need to talk
state.
to somebody.
Any state.
yeah, maybe we could drop that on the YouTube link.
I
So
will.
I just put the number.
I'll
down.
definitely do that. And I think it's appropriate. Let's give our homie Six Dog 6 seconds, a moment of silence here.
You beat me to the finish out punchline.
Sorry.
Let's give Six Dogs and his homie Six Wolves a moment of silence. So we're gonna go for 12 seconds since Claude wanna be funny. My name is just too hot to mention. Salute to Six Dogs.
Not that much older than our kids.
Not that much older at all. All right, guys. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's bring it up. Let's laugh. Let's bring up.
You want to get into the mix?
Yeah, let's bring up something.
All right, let's get into the mix, guys. So first thing I got on my list that I gotta talk to y'all about is your boy Conor McGregor.
Okay.
I can't do an Irish accent. I always do Scottish because it always comes to Conor McGregor. That's not Irish.
That's not Irish?
That's Scottish.
I wouldn't.
I thought it was
Wait,
Irish.
is he Scottish?
He's Irish.
Oh, he's Irish.
It sounded the same to me.
Conor McGregor. Oh, that was it right there. Conor McGregor.
Irish
Listen,
people. Is he doing
listen,
it?
listen,
Is he-
it
Don't
all-
kill me, Marty.
Is he doing it?
It all sounds the same to me. I'm gonna
does.
keep doing them the way they do us.
No. So Conor McGregor got his ass kicked. Mike, what was the name of his?
I don't know about got his ass kicked.
All right, so first of all, I was lit. I was happy. I don't like him. I think he's cocky, and I was waiting for somebody to kick his ass.
But this ain't his first loss.
This isn't his first loss, but I was looking for someone to kick his ass again.
Again?
And
It was Poirier.
Poirier. To be fair, did you watch it?
Yes.
To be fair, me personally, I think Conor McGregor was actually winning. I think, and it kind of upset me when old boy when they gave him the win. He was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, man, you were actually losing. You got one good hit
I'll just
that
finish
threw
with it.
him off. And you got your in. And that is UFC fighting. That is
And that's
boxing.
the sport, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the sport.
so you're only losing until you're winning.
Until you're winning.
So ain't
Exactly.
nothing is wrong with that. I can be
Yeah.
getting a UFC fighter can be getting his ass kicked up until the last second of the 5th round if it's a championship, 3 if it's exhibition. But if you get that last knock, you get that last punch in, and you KO him, you win the fight. That's what fighting is.
I've seen it.
It just
I've
is
seen
what it is. So he might have been getting his ass beat, but at the end of the day, I hit harder. I just got to land. I will also say this. I didn't want McGregor to lose. I like cocky fighters.
Yeah.
I like shit talkers. Granted, you can't talk shit if you're
And not
losing.
backing it up,
right?
yeah.
You have to be winning to talk shit. But McGregor, he's good for the sport. We need a McGregor.
Not anymore.
No, he's still good.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
still good.
He's still-
He's not
I don't know.
tarnished.
He still
He's
promotes
not
fights.
tarnished.
It'd be nice though if he was an actual Floyd Mayweather and not get his ass kicked ever.
Well, you know,
that actually makes it better.
So if you want to, if you
Granted,
really want to
Mayweather
talk
is
about
boxing. He's not
That
UFC.
speaks back to. I don't want to spin into Floyd, but there's only one Floyd. Floyd is Floyd.
True.
That's why you're not Floyd.
Floyd is Floyd, and if we're gonna talk about fighting sports, McGregor is trying to swing for the fences. He's standing toe to toe. He's leaving vulnerabilities, trying to get the big knockout. Whereas as Money May definitely was a defensive fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
I don't want to spin into this.
Well, I'm not making it a McGregor conversation. I'm just saying McGregor played it smarter, and I mean Mayweather played it smarter. McGregor plays it bigger. To
It's
where
ironic that you said Mayweather
even
played it
when he
smarter,
loses,
considering he can't read. But
even when he loses, it's still a big deal.
This is about a white man losing right now.
I know.
bro.
Sorry. My
You know what I mean?
apologies.
Even when McGregor loses, it's still a big deal because
It
he
is.
promotes the fuck out of a fight.
Yeah.
And McGregor, I like McGregor a lot. Again, he's a big ticket. He makes this shit sound good.
Right.
I like that. Dress up, look like you
Yeah.
look good. Get fly, talk shit, put on your glasses.
Walking the
Proper
ring
12
with
whiskey
your
is
chest
nasty.
out.
by the
do
way.
what you're not supposed. Do all that extra attention grabbing.
like that,
shit.
huh?
Hell yeah, I like
Of course
that
you do.
shit.
That would make sense that you like that.
I like
That
it. I
shit-
like it too. It's
attention
to promote
grabbing.
some
like,
shit.
It makes you want to watch the shit.
I'll tell you this: in the last 12 pay-per-views that UFC had, we've certainly watched 3 out of 3 of the McGregor ones.
Oh, of course.
That's what he does. Like
Of
even
course.
if you hate watch him, you're still there to
Absolutely.
watch it, and I think that's fucking dope.
I wish we got more than 2 rounds out of it, but you know,
It's
it is what it
man.
is.
It's-
It is what it is.
hey.
It's the nature of the beast.
It was so wild because I was talking to Don's homie. I think it's Justin was his name, the bigger homie.
John.
John.
Sorry,
and
John.
He was sitting right next to me, and I straight up said, I said, I think McGregor can get this unless he get caught slipping. Maybe 10 seconds went by.
got caught slipping.
Got caught slipping. I went, oh shit, that's crazy. And we weren't betting money. We were just betting drinks, and I just bought him a beer, so I lost.
That's kind of like betting money.
Yeah, basically.
Not really. I don't want to get on to it, but
Yeah,
he had
how?
already bought me a drink, so I owed him money.
So from somebody who got their ass beat and somebody who needs to get their ass beat, y'all hear about Chad Wheeler? Seahawks?
I didn't recognize him by his name, but we talk about the Seahawks offensive line, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him.
Didn't he play for Green Bay at one point?
Possibly.
Same time as Ben Roethlisberger? Because they would make a hell of a team, a rapist and a woman beater on the same team.
I didn't do any research on the homie, but
I don't know. I just did you see the pictures?
Yeah, it was.
That's
it was,
insane.
It was bad.
Because his chick's
It was
black
bad.
too. Is she
She-
black
she
or
black.
Dominican or something like that? That's insane. The only news with him is that I guess apparently he's issuing an apology. I love when this happened. Issuing an apology does absolutely nothing to me because you don't make her wounds go away.
fuck
Do
your
you know?
apology.
Do you? Okay.
What are the circumstances behind
Yeah.
it?
Do you know?
No, school me if you know.
All right. He actually is. He's on medication for what is it? Damn it. Not bipolar. Not
Schizophrenia?
No, not that. Let's say bipolar.
Bipolar,
And let's
okay.
call it that. And he's on mental.
He's got
medication.
mental health issues.
Right.
Okay.
And he's been off his meds. So he wasn't taking them. I'm not excusing him for that action that he took, for the things he done. Because he apparently beat her so bad to the point she commented that he was so cold, like when she came out of the room.
There was nothing. She wasn't.
He was
I
eating
saw that.
cereal or something, and he was like, "Oh, I'm shocked you're still breathing."
Right.
Or, "Oh, you're
He was
still
surprised
alive."
she's still alive,
Oh,
yeah.
you're still alive.
Yeah, I saw that.
That sounds like a person that is not justifying him at all, but it sounds like a person that's clearly has some type of mental issues. To do that to someone you allegedly love, and your first response to them as they're walking is, oh shit, you still alive type of thing.
So basically, what we've
As you're
identified.
eating, as you're just eating casually.
So in you saying that, what we've identified is that he's a sociopath, essentially.
Sure.
Essentially, sociopaths don't have they do things without feeling. There's no feeling. There's no love. There's no. I think I don't know if there's hate. There might be rage, but there's no feeling of remorse.
He has bipolar disorder.
There's
what-
bipolar
so-
disorder.
so all right.
Like, people with bipolar disorder are not normally violent, though.
Yeah,
Well, when
when
you're
they're
on
in their
med-
mania, they
when you're off your meds, allegedly,
unstable. Yeah.
allegedly he thought he was better, so he stopped taking his meds.
No, see, I
Again,
don't.
So I was
You never
going
get
to
better
question.
from bipolar.
So I was going to,
You never get better from bipolar.
So I was going to question you. Well, maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's ignorant. Because honestly, I thought that
He's
until
too
you
rich
just
to
said
be
what you
ignorant.
said.
Not to,
you're
not to
not,
jump
you know.
ahead of where you was going, but that happens a lot. And y'all know I worked at the crisis facility, and a lot of times people would come there because they would stop taking their meds, thinking they're okay, and then
And but it's so I don't think
it's a common
yeah.
thing.
So by the way, Mike, I'm
No,
gonna
I
get-
think he's too rich to not know, though.
Not right now. I'm gonna get into you, Mike. Not right now. Another time, another podcast, because you got a lot of jobs, and I'm gonna get into the jobs you had in the past, because I got a lot of things to ask you about.
I don't have a lot of jobs. We're good.
You got a lot of jobs.
You know why I say he's too rich to not know better?
But why is he too rich? To know?
Because
I'm just making-
people who are impoverished are usually affected the most by health issues like this, by mental health. And it's usually because they can't get quality care. So he can afford quality care. He's gotten quality care, and what he's choosing to do is ignore that care. And at the end of the day, he reaps what he sows. And in my opinion, he needs help. He needs to be medicated, but he also needs to be locked up.
I agree.
Period.
He needs to be locked up. But I won't say that he's too rich to not know. I mean, if you think you're better,
that's not a class
You
thing.
wholeheartedly think you're better. I don't know him from.
Steve,
It happens.
get
a
a
lot.
bacterial infection. What did the doctor say? Take your antibiotics to the end,
Mental
even
health
if you
ain't the
still not
same.
feeling it. I got that. But the doctor's saying, hey, this medication makes you not this way. You have to take it once a day, twice a day, whatever it is. And you're going against doctor's orders.
I get what you're saying.
You are now, to me, a willing participant in your mania. Because
You're also speaking from very sane person and understanding.
I have
not
enough experience with it
understand.
to know that it's
regardless of what
probably.
we think, I'm just telling you that it does happen regardless
know.
of income level. I've seen all kind of people come in.
I understand
for
that.
very thing, and also the other one is take.
Was
drinking.
Robin Williams too rich to have committed suicide? Because he should have known.
mental money?
Nah, let's let it breathe.
Robin
Oh,
Williams
let this
killed
light
himself. He didn't beat his wife.
shine. You're right, but still,
He committed a crime. He didn't commit a crime.
in the eyes of the Lord.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah, but seriously, like I'm just saying, like come with money. Coming with money
to
doesn't
me,
really. And
there
I'm not
is
shooting this
criminal
man
li-
no bail. I
so-
want to shit on him. I'm not done shitting on him. Don't make me defend someone I tried. I want to shit on. I want to shit on him. I want to release bowels.
All I'm
Let me
saying
get
is,
that shit off as well.
All I'm saying
But
is
I
that-
just need it understood that I need to know, Claude, that you at least understand also, because I know you. I know
I
you know.
understand,
It could.
but I'm not gonna throw him that bell because at the end of the day, he knowingly did not take his medication. He knowingly know that he has a disorder. At the end of the day, so let me just say this to you: is there criminal liability there, Mike? Absolutely, because he knowingly and willingly did not take his medication that led to him beating his wife.
Unfortunately for his wife, there probably won't be any legal prosecution.
She has
here
to. Well,
because
she has to press charges. She's probably not gonna press charges.
even if she does, it probably won't go through because he has a mental health issue, and he clearly it states directly that he was off his meds. I think she even said it.
But he wasn't just off his meds in the sense that, hey, I just forgot. He said he willingly did not take his meds.
A state attorney would
I
have to
don't know.
prosecute a man with a clear mental health issue. Granted, he did great bodily harm, and he does need to be forcibly kept in a facility until he's
Okay.
stabilized.
But that's what I'm talking
And what
about.
happens after that?
I don't know about-
He's not even in jail right now. He's on
What
forced
guarantee
house
that we
arrest.
have that he's not that he's going to continue to take his medication and he's not going to be a danger to society?
You don't have that with anybody who has bipolar disorder,
Correct.
regardless of their income amount, body size, or anything.
So basically, people who get medicated, who know they have a disorder, and willingly choose not to take that medication, they're allowed to commit crimes.
Not that they're allowed
Not
to commit
allowed.
crimes, but you know what usually
He's in
happens?
trouble right now. He's not home chilling.
He's kind of at home chilling. He's on
He's at home
forced house
chilling,
arrest.
and Mike is basically indicating that he's probably not going to get jail time. He might go to a
But Mike also
facility,
not a
and then he'll
law.
get out.
He's in right. He's
But I'm telling you, where people would come to the the crisis facility I worked at,
talk
they would,
that 8-job shit.
they would be brought by the police because they committed a crime, and
Correct.
the police would release them to our facility. And then when we released them, unless they did some real egregious shit, they would leave out of the front door and just go home. It's unfortunate, but you're talking about the law You know, one of the defenses of the law is lack of mental capacity.
I understand
and
that.
it's clear and obvious. Here's all I was saying.
But if he,
It's terrible. It's tragic. His was aggravated and way beyond, and it could be pursued.
I do have
He
a
just
question.
might be forced to be like in a mental health facility. Is what I'm
Maybe
saying.
this was spin it. Do you feel people that do not take medication that is prescribed to them should be jailed? Like, if it somehow came out in a case like this, like, oh damn, you did some wild shit. Oh, you weren't on your medicine. Okay, you automatically going to jail. Do you think that should be explained to them before before that signature is signed? Like, but before you sign off for this medicine, you are responsible for taking this.
So-
And if you do not, you will go to jail if you do not.
if I understand what you're saying, do I think that there should be some kind of criminal liability for individuals
pretty
who
much.
knowingly do not take their medication if they have been explained that they could be a danger to themselves and others?
Yes,
Why wouldn't there be?
because it isn't. So I'm asking you, do you think it
Well,
should
there
be?
kind of is. So like Mike said, there kind of is. It's just a matter of what the prosecutor is going to pursue.
Yeah, with his, because it's aggravated, he might get something. Think about if you're sitting on the jury and they literally the defense is arguing diminished mental capacity. You can't say no, that didn't happen because you know that that's a fact. It's stated by the witness who was harmed.
Well, what if
Or
he?
the
But see,
victim.
my thing is that he wasn't in mania when he decided to not take his medication.
But
That
you're,
doesn't
you're
mean much.
connecting. You're connecting dots that don't connect.
Why don't they connect?
Because
I'm
while
lucid.
I
I'm
get-
completely
I know what
sane.
you're saying.
I say, hey, I feel better. I'm not going to take this medication. As a result of that, I become manic and I beat someone. What if he would have killed her?
Let's think about
What if
it.
he would have hurt their children? I don't think they had any children. but-
It's terrible, and she probably. I don't want to. I'm gonna tread lightly on this because bipolar it affects so many millions of people. But what you're saying, it would be sweeping like. It's too broad of a brush to sweep
I
with
agree
just
with Mike on this.
with just saying
what
that
he said.
everybody who stops taking their meds and commits a crime of some sort should be prosecuted as normal when clearly they're not in a normal state of mind. But I don't think that they should just get free and clear either. I don't know the answer. I'm not a legal
That's all I'm saying, though.
analyst.
That's literally the same thing I'm saying.
How come it always turns bad? Or at least we never hear about the good. Why can't someone turn bipolar and be like, you know what? And he's a millionaire.
I'm gonna work hard and clean up
No,
the
no,
streets.
I'm about to pay everyone's bills on the block. I'm about to.
Some people do.
Honey, get your ass
Some
up. We're
people
going
do.
shopping.
It would-
That has
story.
happened.
It
That
would
has
be a
Just
happened.
imagine.
It probably
Honey,
has
get your
happened.
ass up.
It would be a story.
Instead of me,
That probably has happened.
instead of him whipping her ass, why couldn't it turn to get
Damn.
your ass up? We need to go get you a couple Birkins, baby.
Well-
you know he a big white boy. He don't talk like that.
Turning it back serious.
A lot of people's mania just ends up with them over cleaning or something.
Right, and I just don't want people to think that I'm saying all crazy people need to be locked up. What I'm saying is there needs to be something that can make someone accountable for it. Because at the end of the day, you can't just throw it out there and be like, oh, they have a mental health issue. We have no way to force them to take their medication. So if they don't take their medication, they can just do whatever they want. That's all I'm saying. Something else. It's got to do
I
something.
don't think that that's what it is. I just think if you start painting people or legal situations with that brush, then what if someone literally is outside of their mind when they do some shit, and they just end up being thrown in jail? You're essentially throwing.
I'm never saying. I didn't say that. I literally said you
know what you
have
said.
knowingly,
I'm saying
willingly.
once you start that-
liability has been established. I'm actually saying, hey, this is your medication. It will make you not do this.
What if you're schizophrenic and that
That's
doesn't even
different,
make
though.
sense to you?
That's different.
But
Mike,
still under
see,
medicine
you're,
taking.
you're adding an element that's not what we're talking about. I'm
That
saying
is
this
true
is
as
a
well.
person
But
who literally
you're
was
adding an
sane,
element. You don't know
did
why
not
he
take
stopped
their
taking his
medication.
meds.
He said, Steve, unless Steve was wrong,
He
Steve
felt like
literally
he
said
was
he
better.
felt he was better.
And then this happened. What if he just got depressed and slept too long?
That's not
the
what he
other
did,
side of
though.
bipolar, but his disease has two
Stop
sides.
you're making up something that's
I'm
not the
making
actual
up shit, bro.
situation.
in
Bipolar
this
has
one
two
case-
sides to it.
Boys,
What if
boys,
what if
boys.
the 3 days leading up to the
Boys.
day he beat her? Chill, bro.
Boys.
What if the 3 days leading up to the day he beat her, he was depressed, and then it just flipped? You don't know how these drugs interact and how long it takes to flush out of someone's system. Just like birth control, you could miss one or two or whatever, and they say no, you can't. But whatever the fuck, you're just essentially saying it's incumbent on the person who has a mental illness to be responsible to take care of their own shit. So, yes, if
Should
they don't
people
do
who have a mental illness be incumbent up to have to take their own medication?
then you start. It turns into a next
Civil
step where you
liberties
say,
issues. I understand that.
Not just that. Now people with mental health issues have to have a caretaker, and now it's on the caretaker to make them take their meds. And now, if that person does something, is it on the caretaker? You start. It's a slippery slope. Is all I'm saying. Once you start
Well-
prosecuting people for not taking meds, that shit could go far. Is all I'm saying. Because there,
It should
bipolar
go
is
as
one.
far as it needs to go.
Bipolar is one, but what about schizophrenia and
Okay.
other worse mental illnesses?
I understand that, but what you're basically saying is do nothing. And what I'm telling you yes, you are.
No. What I basically said was that I'm not a legal analyst, and smarter people than me need to figure this shit out. It's not me.
Agree.
I'm not I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know why that's funny, but I'm
All
not
I'm
a
saying,
psychiatrist
listen.
either.
All I'm saying is that to do nothing is to literally allow it to continue to happen.
But no one's doing nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of is.
No, there's no kind of
It kinda
anything.
is.
It's not at all. There's no kind of not.
If this man literally goes to whatever he's going to go to and is back out and is now allowed to literally do the same thing, then nothing's being done. So all I got to say, whatever Wheeler, your wife, if you stay with him, make sure you crushing up his medicine and put it in his apple juice. And maybe you can get some relief and he won't beat your ass again. So
No, how you can end it like that? Like that.
anyhow, moving on.
No, I'm gonna come right back to it. Spin the block.
I don't know, whatever.
You still in the car, Mike?
From someone who beat somebody's ass to someone else who needs to get
Drop
their
the
ass
window,
beat.
Steve.
So you guys know about the leader of the Proud Boys, right?
No,
Have you heard about
I
this?
haven't heard about it.
So his name, oh boy, what is his name? It's something Hispanic, and I was not prepared. I think his last name is Torrio.
I won't put that on Torios unless it's Torio.
Enrique Torrio,
Okay.
leader of the Proud Boys, has been obviously, he's been taken into custody. And I guess in the course of the investigation, it came out that he was actually, or has been, or could currently be still an informant, an FBI informant.
Okay.
So
Has been? Like he's been prior to now?
oh yeah. He's denying it, of course, because why wouldn't he? Because these people, because to me, that's a bad look.
Ooh, they got paper on you, boy?
Right. So, so he was arrested in 2012. I think it had something to do with drugs and human smuggling, gambling, drugs, and human smuggling. Fucking creep. This is y'all leader, by the way. Hey, and I want to just put this out there. If you remember these Trump people, these QAnon people are so into people being smuggled and children being smuggled and sex trafficked. Your leader, Proud Boys leader, is actually a sex trafficker and a
You
and a
smuggle a
gambler.
whole person. That's kind of wild.
That is pretty wild, right? So
Smuggle a
anyhow,
whole individual.
so basically, on top of all of that, he's an informant. After he was arrested in 2012, it was actually came out that he was an informant, and he's denying that he's denying that, which I mean, obviously, you in a group that's basically a cult or a gang, and it comes out that you're an informant. That's basically your death sentence, right?
I mean, in our world of type of gangs, how do they get down in MAGA country?
I don't know.
Probably the same because a lot of what they're saying is anti-government.
Absolutely.
I can't see how that would be okay.
He's taking the whole nine.
I don't know. I think it's funny. Basically, it's just something that came out really recently. I just wanted to throw it in a quick add on there, just because I got our followers and our listeners to hear this. So, if you happen to be, because we got a lot of hate from you MAGA people on our first episode of the year. You guys gave us a lot of down likes on our YouTube show, which is fine. All hate is good
Because
hate.
y'all want to be terrorists or affiliated with terrorists. We
Right.
got to be idiots.
Right. And
us.
so I just want
I
y'all.
agree with him though. I agree with everything they said. We are idiots
Yeah,
and everything. Yeah,
I know, right?
And we tear.
Make America
Yeah,
great.
y'all already know. I've been a Trump supporter, and y'all already know how I get down. I was.
Are you an FBI informant, Steve?
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we ain't here to talk about me. We talking about.
Like a Black Klansman.
So yeah.
You did
Yeah,
see
oh, of
that?
course I
Oh,
saw
I was
that.
like, what?
Oh yeah, that's the greatest one of the greatest. This the greatest Spike Lee joint of this century.
Oh,
Is
I was
that
gonna
is
say
that actually? Of
I
that.
was wondering where you.
Then again, I haven't watched the newest one that just came out. But just anyhow, I digress. Now that I've cooled off from our last conversation,
Wait, while we're still here, before we exit this part of it, why do people really still believe Trump is going to do something to still be president? Like, what is it, the 19th of next month or some shit?
so we talked about this. You and I, Mike and I talked about this weekend. They're brainwashed. They are effectively brainwashed.
Very culty vibes.
It's a cult. And the way you do that is you take, actually, basically, you appeal to people who feel disenfranchised. You appeal to people that, sorry, y'all, that aren't that smart. You appeal to people who feel disaffected by either their government, their race, or whatever it may
The
be.
leftovers of any group.
The leftovers of any group. And you basically feed them.
It's there's like the after you nut, you know, after you come after sex, you know how you always get some dribble still in your drawers or whatever the case is. Is there like the after part of that? That's a
Sure.
Those kids.
I think that they're more likely to pre-cum because, a lot of pre-cum going on with those guys. Or premature ejaculation. That's what I was actually trying to get at. But anyhow, basically you're creating scenarios that explain why they are in the positions that they are. That's
It's like
appealing.
telling the losers that they're not losers because they're losers. It's because of something that
Right.
someone else is doing.
It's a famous movement that happened back in the 1930s called
mashed
Nazism.
Oh my bad. I thought you
Called the
said
Nazism. That was basically very similar to what we got going on right now. Basically, find a scapegoat and tell these people that they are not the problem. The problem was these other group of people, and essentially that's basically what they're brainwashed. So I actually, I think it was on either, surprisingly enough, it was on MSNBC or Fox News. The guy was on, wasn't CNN. I know, surprisingly, right?
No,
He was
got the
a
culture.
guy that actually was in a cult when he was a teenager, and he got rescued from a cult, and he basically said, your friends and families and neighbors and people that you might just be strangers with are basically brainwashed. And the way that you get them out of that is by confronting them with truth
Heavy
at
doses
every
of the
turn you
truth.
possibly can. Disproving them. Because there's no longer the sounding board. We don't have Trump on TV and Twitter,
blocked us on
you
social
know, talking about it all the time. So basically, you have to confront them with truth because there was a lot of them that were wholeheartedly disheartened and sad because they couldn't. They were like, well, what? Biden's president now. I thought the world was going to end or some bad shit was going to happen, and literally nothing bad happened. And they're just so confused because they were brainwashed and they're thinking that literally his presidency was going to bring about Armageddon or some shit. So
Is it true that they're starting a MAGA party?
I hope so.
Listen,
We ain't gonna give away the chess moves, but I'm with you.
No, I'd give it away.
Give it to 'em.
Because I mean, if they're listening,
it to 'em.
you know, if they literally form a MAGA group within the Republican Party, it splits the Republican Party.
Split that
The
vote.
Republican Party can never, ever, ever, or the MAGA Party ever win an election ever again.
first off, that's not what we're doing.
Okay.
Put us back. Put us on, Steve. Put us
Please
on.
put us
That's
on.
next week. I'm gonna tell you what we're doing next week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
This shit wild. So, kind of tied to this, I've been watching. You know, I watch TV. I got a lot of time to watch TV at work.
You got the Roku? What you watch on?
Various streaming sites like Hulu, Netflix, whatever.
All right, cool.
But a couple of the primetime TV shows like SWAT and Bull and a few others have addressed this issue of people being radicalized and attacking like domestic terrorism.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think you mentioned. Did you mention it off air or at the top
You
of the
always
show?
struck me as a Verizon guy, but go ahead.
As a what?
As a Verizon guy, I thought you had like
A Verizon guy.
like Verizon TV or something. Not like
You know him.
Why I struck you as that? You gonna say my eyebrows?
definitely not.
Okay, but no, they basically is it Art Imitates Life, essentially TV, like when COVID was happening, there was a lot of shows that addressed the COVID issue and how to handle that, as each of your respective favorite primetime TV shows did. Now they're addressing the terrorists, the domestic terrorists.
Basically what I
the
said.
76ers, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see it in TV format and how I'd imagine some of these people are watching these primetime shows. Like, yeah, these idiots are dumb. And I think it was 3 or 4 different shows this week that had episodes literally based on that one topic. And these motherfuckers out here, and it's real. Don't get me twisted. I'm televisionizing the conversation, but it's based on real life
Well,
shit.
what's wrong with the 76ers? Because first off, Iverson was
The
one of my favorite players.
1976 or 1776.
Well,
excuse
first
me.
of all,
Not
the-
1776.
The plan didn't work. Embiid is always hurt. That's not basketball talk,
But
but really,
Iverson, when he was one of
When
my
the
favorite
Sev-
players, and y'all saying y'all don't fuck with the 76ers, that's what bothers me a lot. Because listen, he had the meanest crossover. Remember the game he did?
he
the
did
way
have the
did?
meanest
so
crossover.
So why
Good.
y'all don't fuck with Iverson in them? We're gonna bring up 76ers and not mention Iverson. It kind of bothers me a little bit.
Well,
He
the-
stepped over Tyronn.
I don't think
Lue.
Iverson
That's
will
the
be part
issue.
of these
He stepped over
Sixers.
Tyronn Lue.
I don't think Iverson will be in these
They,
Sixers.
they always in. They
He
always
had to
prac-
take his cornrows
they
off
always
and dye him
practicing.
blonde.
They always practicing, and he ain't with that. No, but the 76 is the domestic terror group. I don't know if that's real, but it's just like the TV name that they put to these guys.
So-
it's people who believe that America should be white as it was when it was founded in 1776.
It wasn't that white, actually. But anyhow.
But that's what they. I'm just telling you what these.
It
idiots
was
think.
white after the Indians gave them America.
Not when they
Gave.
bought millions of us over on the boats and
Well, before that,
Gave.
when the Indians gave them America as a gift.
gave them as a gift for some beads. But one thing that Mike was talking
They was
about
original Gasparillas.
that was interesting. I can't with you. One thing that Mike was talking about was that the Department of Homeland Security. In fact, actually, I got the article from my boy Grio that's actually sitting in here that just
shout out
walked
to
in the
Grio.
room. The Department of Homeland Security actually put an actual domestic terror threat for the first time ever. First time ever, I
When they
believe.
ordered by Biden.
First time
Ever.
they called them terrorists. The only problem with that is they're not treating them as terrorists.
Well,
Well,
That's a step.
It's steps in the right direction.
Well, and the crazy thing is that though, like I feel like the KKK has always been, it has since the 1970s or 80s has always been considered. Since then, has been considered a domestic terror group. But these aren't the same guys that are walking out with the hoods. These are these MAGA people, because of their threat to national security, have been declared domestic terrorists.
Oh, there you go.
So-
DHS.
I don't think it was actually till last year because for the longest time they've been hiding under Christian groups. So they've been considered as Christian groups.
Christian terrorist groups.
Not even Christian.
Yeah, just like a church almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, we won't get into that. But so
Motherfuckers will try to bury some bullshit under some bullshit, and we see what it is. But shout out to Biden for putting his executive order that's forcing all the federal agencies to address this issue, and for DHS backing that up by putting them out as terrorists.
And for members of the Melanin Nation that are saying that he ain't doing nothing, y'all chill, please. God damn, it's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's been 2
And
weeks.
he is doing shit.
Yes, I get it. Trump ruined our democratic society in like 4 days, but like he ain't going for that freaking record. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get things right. So just chill out.
That's the ill part, is that people really feel he really is fucking up. He really has. He is currently fucking up already, and he is going to continue to fuck up. People really believe that.
know.
They really feel like that's happening.
I'll tell you what, y'all just chill at home and chillax and let them handle things.
Go back to shutting the fuck up.
Go back to shutting the fuck up. I like that.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
You say what you want?
Yeah, your show coming up next.
Be loud.
Go ahead,
I know
though.
this big issue that everybody talking about, the transgender policy. I can't speak for the military, but I would rather serve next to a transgender than a white supremacist any day. We got too many of them.
So if y'all didn't hear him,
Bang.
our resident soldier, I won't say what branch because that ain't none of your fucking business,
Seaman.
has said that he would rather serve next to a transgender soldier than a white
Don't do it,
supremacist
Steve.
any day. And I agree with him on all aspects. That's standing on next to them at the bus stop, which I don't ride the bus, but that's standing next to them in the grocery store. That's going to the doctor. I don't give a fuck. I would rather have a transgender person than a white supremacist any day. And that's not likening the two. That's letting you know white supremacists fuck you, and transgender Americans get your fucking bag.
Straight up, while Clyde bring up the next topic, I can't wait for the next Grills word. I might want to be on that bitch. I don't know. I got something.
He don't have people like you on.
Like me. Y'all niggas was on there.
What you mean, black?
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Don't do grill like that.
Like there's a certain kind of black guy. Listen, there's certain kind of black people I want around me only. Why you think I hang around?
As someone who's been noted to tell a long story, I want to get on the Griot's word and get my.
All right, so let's skip. I'm gonna skip one topic that I had on here. I'm gonna go into the.
what you skipping?
You want to talk about Zendaya? We have a little bit of time.
little bit?
A little bit.
A little bit?
We got about 50. We got a little bit of time. Go quick.
We'll just get
Real
off
quick,
it.
real quick,
Tell
real
the
quick.
story.
I gotta
We'll
say,
talk about it.
this is my thing. I just want to get it off because I saw it. So Zendaya, who was about 20-something years old, I want to say, I can't remember what
And
it
who
is.
is Zendaya? She's 24.
Zendaya is an actress.
24. I'm sorry, 24. Go ahead.
She's 24?
Yeah.
You looked it up? Okay, good. She's 24?
Did you ask who she was and then say her age?
Now I don't know nothing about it. Go ahead.
Are you that dude that like be in a room like asking your kid like who is that on the Nickelodeon channel and then goes and like looks at it and
did
you're
used to be
Go
on
ahead,
there.
anyhow,
and now you got 14,
anyhow,
26 seconds left.
anyhow, Zendaya, big ups to her, fabulous actress. She just won a
something.
Emmy for her role in the show Euphoria on HBO. It's actually a great show. I implore you to check it out, especially if you have teenage children, because then you're gonna be a little scared, but it'll be all right. Great show, great acting. I love her a lot. You know, big ups to her, but. She is dating the son of Denzel Washington, David Washington, and they have a 12-year
Age gap.
age gap.
He would be offended at how you introduced him.
The amazing, talented, my homeboy.
He doesn't- he
what
wanted
does
to
D.
get his fame
Simone
on his
say?
own.
My cousin in Play in my head.
Yeah.
David Washington, son of the great Denzel Washington, great himself. What did you?
hitting
I want you to
that.
stop hitting the table with the mic.
Oh,
picking
sorry.
up.
I apologize.
I've only been podcasting.
I've only been podcasting for like ever.
You're only a producer and shit now.
Anyhow, what y'all think about that, real quick?
I have
Okay, we
no
gotta get it in.
feelings on the matter at all.
In this in particular case, it's okay. In this in particular case, that's
Why in this particular case?
12 years isn't that wild to start with.
It ain't, have y'all gone that wide, up or down?
I've been on the other side of it, but
I've gone
we weren't dating.
Up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been on the younger side of it, but we weren't dating.
I've never been on neither of them.
I've always dated older women. Except that one time.
I never listen. I know the case is still pending. Don't talk about that, Claude. But look, I've never I'm kidding. Claw's not a rapist or a kid. Touch it.
Please. Jesus.
No,
Lord, you know that's how Aries or whatever his name is got Bill Cosby hemmed up. But Bill Cosby
Aries
was
Spears?
actually it wasn't one of Aries Spears. It wasn't him.
Oh, it was
different guy. Stop. Go ahead.
But no, I've never had such a big
Hannibal.
age gap. I've never. The biggest age gap I believe I had was I was.
Go ahead and lie.
Nah, I ain't finna incriminate.
All I gotta
said,
say
no
is
said, no
all I gotta say is Zendaya's 24. She is doing the damn thing. She ain't dating Terrence Howard. She's dating David Washington.
She also ain't dating anybody in any position of power above her.
No.
These two have a common passion.
David got an
And
award yet for anything?
I don't know if he did, but he in the list of my favorite actors right now.
Mine too.
Fucking body and shit. Shout out to Tenet and Black Klansman we just talked about a second ago.
That's really
And
my
hopefully
favorite.
Black Panther. I've got my fingers crossed
he's
for
creeping
you.
up into the favorite conversation. Yeah.
Not for y'all. Like my favorite actor, Wesley Pipes. Like he got a couple films. That
And on that note,
His
Mike,
dad is one of my
say your
favorite
piece
actors.
on this matter so we
his
can move
dad.
to
I can
our
feel it,
last,
yeah, Denzel
our
is nice.
featured story so we can get the
I thought you were talking about our favorite actors.
I was just gonna say when the age gap.
Mr. Marcus. Y'all ever seen nigga work?
Mr. Marcus did do some work.
Suits
I ain't
and
gonna
fitted
lie.
hat.
These
Yeah.
people put in work in a different arena.
Oh, I'm sorry. The daddy hat. He had the dad hat before the dad hat was cool.
That age gap isn't a big deal. They both have passions in common. They probably met on set somewhere, and I don't think this is that big a deal. She might be the bigger star, and that is a conversation we got to have for later. She has a position of power. She chose to do this. Other people that have done it, like Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore, this shit happens.
Again, it's different when you're in that realm in that field.
it-
If
and
no
we-
one's taking advantage of
We
it,
won't
we're
get
not
into
just talking
the,
about a
and
job,
we
we're
won't get
talking
into
about a
the
passion.
male
But it
female
doesn't
thing
matter.
either because that's always an issue too. People always hit older male with the younger female.
but that literally matters though,
Yeah.
because it always get looked at as funny when a man of power. Let's say it happened with Tiger. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Again, Tiger Woods shit.
men abuse power.
I'll end
Yeah,
this
we
part.
do.
I'll end this
As a
part
whole.
on this. I was in the airport this weekend and I saw a dude. He got on the plane. He was walking. He ended up going to the same place as us. He was with a chick. Swear to God, thought it was his daughter, and then they started making out, and I was like, ugh. So that's the only thing you really got to worry about is somebody if you're too old and thinking that it's your daughter.
She was kissing him wrong.
I don't think it was his daughter.
So was she kissing him wrong?
What's the wrong way to kiss somebody?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I
I'm
don't
just
know
saying.
what made you go ugh.
Making it go up because he was older, she was younger. I thought it was his daughter, and then they weren't pecking on the cheek.
How
they
you
were
would have
making
kissed
out.
him if you would have done it then? What's the right way to kiss a man?
Ain't no right. Well, you're missing the point. The fact that he looks like he could be
No,
her
I catch
father.
the club, but what would you have done if you
Yeah, how would you
if
have
you would
handled
have
it
kissed the man? If you could have kissed that dude, how you would have done it to make it not?
All right, guys, moving on to the last topic of the mix.
It was crazy. Last week's episode
It
didn't
almost
drop
worked.
yet.
It almost worked on him.
I would have kissed him in private.
So, Mike, real quick, I want to give the background on this story because it's something that I actually only wanted to talk about literally just before we started the show. It just popped up because it's actually breaking news. The Robin Hood lawsuit. So, right now, your homies, Robin Hood, and who? Tell us real quick who Robin Hood is.
Robinhood is the stock investment app for the regular man, such as myself.
It's for the poor
I
man.
thought you were talking about Lil John, homie.
No, wait.
Not Lil John. Was Lil
Oh,
John Boy? What is his name?
Big John.
Yeah, I thought that was
Big John.
his man. That's
Talk
how,
about
Little John, you talking about Robin Hood, like the man in tights?
that's how I thought you were
Prince of
talking
Thieves.
about.
Merry Man,
Yeah.
Prince of Thieves.
That's a
He
Robin of
fucked
Loxley.
over he fucked over Big John and them. In the box that ran with
He's
them niggas.
fucking over
They
big
getting
Wall
money,
Street.
They
is
getting
what's
money
happening.
together, and they letting the regular people get money with them. I'm investing on there. It's fun.
So basically, it's a means of investing without having to put a shit ton of money in, like other ways of doing it.
One of my favorite things is fractional shares.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Tesla.
So,
I'm not
No,
giving
but
away
what
any
happened?
crazy
Like, what
secrets.
happened?
all right. So the story.
but the story, Klaus
so the
was gonna
story
give
is so there were these guys, and I'm mad at myself because I thought I wrote them down. They're Reddit. There's this Reddit
They
group.
made a Reddit thread.
What's called Wall Street or Wall Street
No matter who
Boys,
made it.
or it was a good thread. It was a movement. It was basically a movement. I want to know. I want to put it out there. No, it's like something. I'm mad at myself because I had it and then I didn't write it down. But anyhow,
Reddit is where the internet trolls
You talk
roam,
about it real
where
quick.
information is exchanged, where pictures are given.
it's basically good for porn. I ain't gonna lie. It's some dope porn
It's
on
good
Reddit.
for a lot of porn, a lot of good jokes, trolls, memes, and shit like
But
that.
every once
the
in a while
point
you
of
get
it is
something
this
good.
one was specific to GameStop and AMC.
AMC theaters. There's a couple. American Airlines, Ben and Beth, COS, Intimate Apparel, Naked Brand Group, Nokia mobile phones, a bunch of them. And basically,
If you notice that all those companies have something in common,
what do they have in common?
they aren't really doing that well right now.
They aren't.
And if you know how stocks work, a company is only worth what somebody is willing to invest. Right now, AMC theaters is getting kicked in the ass by COVID. GameStop is getting kicked in the ass by their business model, which is a
awful.
whole other conversation. And a lot of those other Nokia ain't made a phone in 20 years, and so on and so forth. Companies know that these things happen, and they do what they call short of stock. They bet against it to make money on its downfall. And all these hedge funds and these billionaires are setting up. They see a company in its failing stages, and they bet against it in such a way, which I'm not going to get into the weeds and explaining that. But the gist of it is, it's like knowing someone's going to lose a fight and then betting against them winning, obviously.
Essentially.
But the thing with the stock market is free trade. So I don't know who popped it off. Was it Elon? I heard Elon Musk might have said so. All in all, in this thread, they basically came out and was like, so these hedge fund billionaires want to bet against companies failing. How about we all invest in those companies, drive the stock price up, and make them lose on their short?
It's our Ford Street, Wall Street bets is what it is.
So you got a lot of money coming, Mike.
I didn't.
So what has
I
actually-
didn't want to be in on it because it's volatile as fuck, and
So-
I just didn't want to.
So what is crazy has actually happened as Robinhood, as of today, or I want to say a couple days ago, has ceased all trading on those particular stocks. Anything related to those particular stocks, completely gone. Now everybody else is still free to trade on the same stocks, the same securities. Mind you, Robinhood is for the everyday man, and everybody else, the billionaires, the millionaires that are still making their bag, are still allowed to trade. So basically what has happened is Robinhood, with pressure from their investors, probably somebody from Wall
Billionaires
Street,
and rich people.
billionaires, rich people, I'm not even going to say maybe somebody from the government saying something, but has pressured them to cease all trading activity. So you can no longer trade on those particular securities. You have to actually cash out.
Brokies. It gotta be something to be niggas like y'all.
I don't invest my money because to me it's like gambling, and I
Steve
always
over
lose
here
at
with
gambling.
Goldman Sachs and shit.
Hey,
he
listen.
calling his broker to make moves right now
Hey,
because we
listen.
getting blocked.
He
from
is
it.
Steve Cash Money Bags.
My broker calls me. Listen, they got such be broke ass niggas like y'all that gotta invest in type shit. Listen, I'm just glad that y'all are finding some type of hobbies and shit. And I podcast because I enjoy and it's fun for me. And y'all niggas, y'all need it because to get on it.
This is actually serious,
No,
despite
no,
Steve's
no bullshit. No
candor.
bullshit. Do you follow so far what's actually happening here?
Oh yeah, I heard
To,
everything you
to
said.
continue with the fight analogy,
Wait, what side you think I'm on?
I don't. You on the
Yeah,
MAGA side.
the millionaire side.
Basically, in the fighting analogy, they knew someone was going to lose because the fight was fixed. They bet against him losing. The rest of us basically said we want the other guy to win. And while that was happening, Robinhood, who's supposed to be for the everyman, decided to side with the rich folks.
And you don't think I sent that text through?
I feel like you did,
see
but whatever.
that shit.
Whoever the fuck did it, it's some bullshit.
There is pressure for the SEC to get involved, which they probably will, because
And
if
there's some
enough people-
lawsuits against Robinhood.
Two lawsuits
for
currently
doing
active
it.
for.
We
for
gonna be
doing
alright.
that. I'm gonna be alright. I
think it's
can't
funny,
trade.
though.
I'm just too.
I think it says more.
That's
And
on
it's,
me and
it's,
Robin
a,
Hood, not y'all niggas.
it's about free market trading,
Y'all getting fucked over. I'm making sure of it.
billionaires and hedge funds and all this shit. But I think
Here
the
we go
more
again.
important.
Free market trading, and you're actually free market trading, and the little person is trying to come up, and what's happening? You got the
Getting
big
blocked.
man, the one
Keep the
percenters
thumb down.
putting their thumb down.
But I think the bigger story here, and I guess this is the ever optimist in me.
Hove ain't show y'all how to take the cake from under the baker's thumb, Claude? He told y'all what. Y'all
Make
ain't
two
y'all
of
don't
them
listen to
from
Hove.
one.
You're a dummy. Go ahead.
Wait like a baker's son, huh? Like was it Oprah's son? Anyway, it says more about the ability for people to band together and make shit happen. And while the 1% might be the rich, the 99 could really band together and make some shit happen. And this is a perfect
Right.
fucking example of it.
Right.
Even though Robin Hood sided with the 1%.
So I would say,
and I think that's dope.
Killer Mike and all your investors in Greenwood?
Greenwood. Yeah.
Let's start a trading app.
Killer Mike, my idol.
Let's do
What's
it.
up, bro?
Let's step that
Can I
up.
be
I
in
think
on
you've
that?
done great with the bank. Let's let that be your next foray, or somebody in the same vein, because we need people who aren't going to bow to pressure from their investors and needing money, and that's what it's going to take, because at every turn, like I said, the 1%ers are just
These
putting their
motherfuckers
thumbs.
was mad that the game got played against them and they were losing money on some shit that they tried
Well,
to
they
take
didn't
advantage
lose.
of.
They didn't lose change though. They lost $5 billion.
Listen, fuck what they lost.
no,
they
five
played
billion-
the game every day
Listen.
to win, and it got played against them, and
Agreed.
they fixed it.
To
to stop it, and
with
that's
us,
bullshit.
with us in the 1%, right? I understand that y'all think we don't ever that we don't understand what you're saying. We lost $5 billion. but collectively, that's nothing to us.
Yeah, $5 billion is $5 to a rich
To us,
motherfucker.
right? So to us, we're fine. We're not worried about that shit. Y'all don't ever talk to people who's within the 1% because y'all are bum ass niggas.
Here's Steve with another put on.
Exactly.
Put us on. Why
on.
why should they be able to fix the game on the front end and the back end to protect themselves against losses?
Because this is how we protect us. If we don't do this,
When we
then
start
how-
losing money, we use money to protect our money.
facts.
Fuck that shit.
So see you almost there. Now you're out of the 99%. You're in the 98.
I'm
well,
in the 98 now.
You moving it. That whack ass move put you back in 99.
Oh shit. My Millie Rock wasn't good enough.
No, it wasn't good enough.
It was broke.
Well, folks, on that note,
Yeah, let's go.
fuck you, Robin Hood. And somebody
now,
else.
don't fuck
For
with my
now.
stock
For
money.
now. Don't. Yeah. Well, we should
Yeah,
probably.
not
cash
all the
out.
way.
I
Not all the way.
I still got money in
I don't invest, so fuck
Not-
you, Robin Hood.
Not all the way.
I invest playfully.
Make his account go zero.
No, please don't.
Zero that bitch out.
I invest playfully, and it's fun to read stocks and see how the market go and to play in with little money. I probably got about 150, 200 in. Nothing
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say how much I'm making of it, but it's higher than that. And
There you
if
go.
I could multiply that,
Won't be an AMC or GameStop anymore.
by the time I was at work, by the time I realized what the fuck was happening, I said, I'm not a gambling man, as y'all know. I'll bet playful shit like, oh, if such and such win, I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah.
But I'm not betting money on anything. And this is like a light play, and it's fun to try to read the market, and I'm just having fun with the shit. Y'all should get in on it, man. Do some research. We play fantasy football. We do all this other fuck shit. Why not try to? If I learn this market shit when I really get some real bread, when Tom sends us the next Spotify check, I might invest the whole goddamn thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Find something where Spotify check is only coming to me solely, but we'll talk about that later. Claude, what you gonna do, Claude?
Last call.
You had some wild
I
head
did. I
movements.
know.
Last call. For
Were you impressed? Oh,
alcohol.
gross. Anyhow.
Wait, when you hear last call, do you think about the white people song or the Biggie bar I just said?
So I hear the Biggie bar, but on the actual show, it's the guy going, "Last call for alcohol."
Oh no, I was talking about what's that song?
Please don't sing it again. You do this every.
I'm not gonna
episode.
sing it. Closing time.
There it is.
It popped in.
Steve, you get your first last call. Get your 2 cents in real quick.
Wait, did we do the shot?
Oh, we did it. Oh my God, what is
I
wrong
thought that's
with
where
you?
you was going. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Isn't
I'm
it?
an awful moderator.
Come on, get those yellow hands working on the
Wow.
I know you've been on vacation, baby, but you got to get back in it. You so hot about Robin Hood, you
I
forgot.
know. We'll do the shot in the last call this week.
Speaking of Robin Hood,
So y'all talk amongst yourselves.
what's the drink called?
The drink is actually related to Robin Hood. I'm actually calling it a Wall Street Battle Royale.
Okay.
It is made with
You want one?
Pucker. Oh, he's gonna get one.
said
Pucker
no.
sour apple,
You're not gonna rape him with a drink.
All right, we got
butter shots,
what was that?
What a shot.
butter shots,
Butter. Okay.
butter shots, and Crown Royale.
But I
So
can't
hence
get the
the
butter.
Royale part of it.
Okay.
Some green because Wall Street's all about that green.
Yeah,
and
I'm in.
because doing the stock market is kind of like butter. So there you go, butter shots.
While my man puts together this shot in front of us, which we appreciate
was
after the
pre-made,
first
I just got
after the first instance. Unrelated, butter shots reminded me of the butters, which for those in the know, those is the Tims.
Yeah. You gotta be nice with the butter.
I went and caught some Tims, but they weren't the butters. I got some gray joints.
Okay.
You got some ashes.
You got the gravies?
You got the ashes.
Hey.
Oh, I said ashes.
Oh
ashes.
damn, that's crazy. Them shits is so fire.
Inspiring for example.
Why they ain't on your feet?
I didn't want to wear them. Well, actually, I got to clean them after our outing in Nebraska.
Yeah.
But yeah, them shits is fire, man. I just want to say that it had nothing to do with nothing. But I'm about to cop some All Blacks. We used to do the Tim shit.
Why don't you get the butters?
I would love to get the butters, but
Buttress.
I wanted the All Blacks. When I went to get the All Blacks, I saw the grays. They were sold out of the All Blacks, so I went with them. But I'll eventually get them all. I would say me and Steve, we've been high
It's
school.
just our influence.
Our influence, we was big on NY music, and as Florida boys,
I can't help it. Jada Kiss raised me.
I know,
Him
I-
and, him
hey,
and Beanie Siegel raised
I'm
me.
spitting
I can't help
Dipset bars. I can't wear polo boots. What the fuck?
it. I'm sorry that you know what I'm saying. Beans was a big part of my upbringing.
Motherfuckers been saying I speak too
Hispanics.
proper anyway the whole time, so might as well
Salute to
affiliate with some other people that speak the same. All in all, we were some Tim wearing motherfuckers, and I want to get back to that. So I'm about to get my numbers up. The All Blacks is
want it?
coming next. When I'm
Alright.
kicking you in your ass,
Oh, you can't?
when I'm kicking you in your when I'm kicking your ass with the All Blacks, just know I mean business.
All right, so
Sound good to me.
we're going to take the shot.
Pause.
And then we're gonna redo our last call because
Wall Street Battle
obviously I'm doing
Royale.
crack this week. Wall Street Battle Royale.
All right, this shit better be fire, Claude.
We'll see.
Closing time. It looked like a green tea. I'm gonna split this though. I'm not gonna drink all this.
I ain't drinking another one. I
I
had
didn't
to
hate it.
different.
I guess this is me. I went to pour it with Steve. The nigga looked me off. Y'all seen that? What, I haven't eaten?
So
I walked into a joke I didn't know. You know
I
what
will start. I will start last call real quick.
I get my
I
six
will
pack. I'm
restart
fucking you up.
last call.
Claude?
No, I'm good.
Now, Claude definitely be pouring us more than he pours himself.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you do. I see what you're doing, Claude.
It's not like y'all had to drive home or anything.
Listen, you already know I came with a driver.
Wait, I mean,
yeah.
you should drink more.
My driver.
I have to taste them to make sure they taste like a good shot. You know.
That was a pretty good shot. It tastes like green tea mixed with a little bit of that butterscotch
Nice.
taste.
Very nice.
A little bit of like almost like
Different,
peanut butter
right?
and jelly.
But just give it the whiskey. There's basically a green tea. Whiskey and sour is the basis of green tea, right?
Green tea, yeah.
And then you throw the butter in there. That's
Butter
a
in
good
it,
mix.
like butter.
Ladies, you would love this shit.
Come see me. No.
That felt creepy on both
It did.
ends. I wish I
Don't do
didn't
that.
participate.
Anyhow, guys. So last call. I just want to say I had a
Our girlfriend's looking at the radio like,
what?
ladies.
We had a good time in Nebraska. We got to hang out with a friend of ours who had a little bit of a personal tragedy, big personal tragedy. And all I got to say is, y'all, check on your friends. Same thing with Six Dogs, same things. Always check on your friends. Always be there. Even if they're not there, even if they're not saying there's something wrong with them, check on them anyway. Had a little bit of enlightenment with that this weekend. And check on your people.
Shouts to those people.
And keep checking on them. And until they tell you, shut the fuck up, don't check on me no more. Then check on them again.
Yeah, I'm with it.
That's my last call.
You want me to go next or you got it?
Go ahead.
Mine is also a little bit Nebraska related. When you go out with the friends, just make sure if we catching two Ubers that there's a second Uber
Oh
available.
my God.
Can I get my shit on?
Get it off.
Just make sure there's a second Uber available because some people didn't wear a big jacket and it was 17 degrees and it was fucking cold.
Some people got enough bear skin already on their body to
I was
insulate.
still cold. But no, it's one of those things. I know it's every man for himself and everything, but I never made it to the second spot and I missed some good stories.
Cannot believe this is your last call.
And I'm mad about it. I missed some good stories. Tell the stories, Claude.
Steve, what's your last call?
I mean, at the end of the day, you just gotta be aware of yourself. Be aware of yourself. Take care of your friends, like you were saying earlier. Like check on your people. Make sure your people are good, and more important than probably make sure your people are good. You gotta make sure yourself is good. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not
care of
good,
yourself, yes.
if you're not good, then you can't make sure everyone else is good around you.
true.
You know, keep your shit tight, brass knuckles and flashlights, and shoot out, stay low, and keep firing.
Is that from your book? Is that from your lyric book?
Nah,
dope.
that's from
That's
Big.
dope.
You know,
Yeah, that was Big.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I missed that one.
that's from Big Papa. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Sometimes you gotta. I told you
me
sometimes.
one.
Heaters with the two-seater.
Oh, yeah.
I just go in and out sometimes. You know what I'm
that
saying?
Victory?
Sometimes it's embodied certain things, and then the message the message come out how the message come out. Sometimes you gotta hide the message in the candy.
Can you get
too.
the message out quicker?
Sometimes you gotta hide the message in the candy. Sometimes listen, I know.
Like a
listen,
butterscotch shot.
Listen, Minute Man, relax. We all know
bro.
about it. We know about.
If this is what you do, I see why she be mad all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So last call, man. Y'all be safe. Can't wait to see y'all next week. Let me stop fretting. I can wait, and I don't mind. I'm gonna see y'all next week because more than likely, I'm gonna be making a lot of money and doing things that's gonna keep y'all broke. But that's just me being honest. I'm gonna put y'all on how to make money next week. If whether y'all listen or not, that's on y'all. Steve Cash Money Bags, aka the Fitness Daddy. I'm signing out.
Yo, I'm CP34 and I am knocking at the door.
I am Mike Lake in the building. I saw snow, y'all. That's it.
And you stood out.
I was.
Oh, yo,
Yeah.
we forgot.
It has
Oh,
like a
nothing.
fly
It
in
has
milk?
nothing to do with the white substance around his nose. This man
wow.
been seeing snow.
Yo, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh.
Making history. We got to put that out there.
See, I wasn't even gonna talk
I'm
shit
going to do
to
it,
him, but
I'm going to talk
So,
shit.
so now we gotta talk. I
got-
don't know. Usually I wear the SVM.
60 seconds.
I wore the SVM.
Usually I wear the Steven Mitchell hat.
This ain't that.
Steve versus Mike.
See,
Something more. Usually I wear it. I wore it because salute to Tampa Bay Buccaneers for making history, and we definitely going to smash, and we're definitely going to win the Super Bowl.
he knows that's not.
And we ain't gonna get into everything I want to get into because I did want to bash everybody who for not accepting other local residents for celebrating Tampa this shit. the Tampa Bucks in the shit. I got an issue with people not accepting them in. Me
No.
personally.
I personally, as a resident Bucks fan and diehard, avid, blind
Are
Bucks
we
fan,
all not here though?
let me say, the bandwagon is open. Jump on,
Jump on.
come the fuck on, jump on. This
Listen,
shit.
if you live
And if
here,
you're a
you pay
Rays fan
taxes
too,
here,
you can
spend
wear a
money
hat.
here,
you
you
could-
can be happy because your shit. Our city finna be lit, yo.
Right.
From a literal point of view, you pay taxes here, you help pay for the stadium.
Right.
That's what
you
I'm saying.
support. You've
Right.
been supporting. The
Like-
bandwagon ain't full yet. Come on,
Right.
y'all.
But look, next
let's
week
go.
after I'm talking, we got another podcast.
Yeah, before the Super Bowl, we do.
I'm finna talk.
So
my
we'll
shit
come
then.
with,
That-
and hopefully you'll wear a Bucks hat and not a Rays hat. So
I can't just wear a Tampa hat in general, Mr. Toronto.
Shut up, Mike. Take us out. I can't even say it.
Well, this is a Poor Podcast. I think it's the 4th episode.
Fourth episode.
Episode 4, 2021. We out.
We out.
Be safe though.